Hey everyone, this video is going to cover the topic of upfront pricing, what it is and how it works. But first, why upfront pricing? We know that customers want to know their price before they take their ride. They want to know before they go. This is a huge value add to customers, and so we're making sure to provide that to them. Here's a screenshot of what upfront pricing will look like on the Ride Yellow app. As you can see at the bottom here, there's a price, an exact price of $24.30. Now, you might be thinking, how is this price calculated? Well, using mapping software, we are able to look at not only the time and distance that the trip may take, but also the live traffic that may be affecting that trip. And so with all of that considered, as well as taking standard taxi rates, we're able to calculate the fare to be as close to the meter as possible for that upfront price. So as I mentioned, we're going to be launching on the Ride Yellow app first. That will be stage 1. And then stage 2, we're actually going to be launching upfront pricing at the call center, the web booker, and also providing it on street hails via the credit card machine as well as the driver's tablet. But we'll be talking about that in another video later once we get to launching stage 2. So another value I want to cover of what is really great about upfront pricing for drivers is on Ride Yellow app trips when a customer is paying with a credit card in the app. We've known for a long time where customers oftentimes takes these trips and they result in card declines and the driver doesn't get paid. But now with upfront pricing, what we're going to be doing is actually pre-authorizing the customer's credit card for the full fare amount. So as you can see here, I've selected app as my payment method. You see at the bottom as well, there's some changes that now my tip is displayed, my default tip that I'm selecting for the app of 18%, my trip price that was calculated for this trip, and then that total of my tip and my price of my trip price of $21.51. We're going to pre-authorize the customer's credit card at the time of booking for that entire amount. If they do not have sufficient funds, the order will not be placed, and the customer will be asked to add a different credit card or pay in the cab. And so if they do have sufficient funds, then the customer will see something like this on their statement. So imagine if a customer has their banking app on their phone, they're in the vehicle or they're waiting for their ride, they're immediately going to see a pre-authorization like this on their credit card statement for that full fare amount. So this is a really great feature that will help make sure drivers always get paid on every Ride Yellow app trip. So you should be definitely accepting all of these trips moving forward now that we're launching upfront pricing. Another important feature that we're adding to the upfront pricing rules and system is our existing flat rates. There's many flat rates that our fleets have. For example, the LA fleet has an upfront price of $46.50 going from LAX to downtown LA. That also includes a $4 airport fee. We're going to display that flat rate and airport fee immediately onto the meter and ensure that the customer is getting the flat rate that they expect. With all of these things that we're doing with upfront pricing and many other technological advancements with our system, we definitely have an increased cost with our technology. So to support that, we're going to be adding a 30-cent tech fee to the upfront price. But let me share some important points about this. The first one is that this 30-cent fee on every upfront price trip will be paid by the passenger, not by the driver. And the way we do this is we add that on top of the calculated upfront fare. And finally, this will apply to both cash trips that have an upfront price as well as trips being paid by credit card. So what does this look like? Let's come back to the Ride Yellow app screen here, and you can see this $24.30 that the customer has been provided. Well, in reality, that 30 cents is the tech fee added on top of the upfront price. So their actual calculated fare for the trip was a straight $24. But the system adds the 30 cents as a total single price for the customer. So there is no separate collection required by the driver for the 30 cents. It's all built into the single price of the trip. And then we simply deduct that from the driver's account as a pass-through from the passenger who paid for that 30 cents. So as you can see at the bottom here is an example cashiering statement. We have my trips here. I took 2 upfront price trips on July 1st, and I had a total of 60 cents charged for those 2 trips, 30 cents for each trip. So now let's talk about how upfront pricing will look on the driver app and your tablet. I'm going to cover 3 topics. How upfront pricing works when a customer is paying with a card in the Ride Yellow app, how it works when a customer is paying in the cab, and one of the features we've added to upfront pricing of being able to add a stop to that trip. Let's get into that now.